favorite nursery rhymes from Mother Goose. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and doesn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home, bringing their tails behind them. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. There was a crooked man, and he walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a crooked little house. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. What shall we give him? White bread and butter? How shall he cut it without a knife? How will he marry without a wife? Wee Willie Winkle runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying through the lock. Are the children all in bed? For now it's 8 o'clock. Goosey, goosey, gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs and downstairs, all in my lady's chamber. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Little Tommy Tittlemouse lived in a little house. He caught fishes in other men's ditches. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the rider was lost. For want of a rider, the battle was lost. For want of a battle, the kingdom was lost. And all for the want of a horseshoe nail. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to look at the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. Rub a dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, and who do you think they be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turn 'em out, knaves all 3. Ride a cock-horse to Banbury Cross, to see a fine lady on a white horse. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes, and she shall have music wherever she goes. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light, twinkle, twinkle all the night. When the traveler in the dark thanks you for your tiny spark, He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so between them both, you see, they licked the platter clean. There was an old woman lived under a hill, and if she's not gone, she lives there still. Baked apples she sold, and cranberry pies, and she's the old woman that never told lies. Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. Yankee Doodle came to town, riding on a pony. He stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. 3 blind mice, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a thing in your life as 3 blind mice? Bat, bat, come under my hat, and I'll give you a slice of bacon. And when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken. Cold and raw the north winds blow, bleak in the morning early. All the hills are covered with snow, and the winters now come fairly. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner, eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum, and said, "What a good boy am I!" Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to fetch her poor dog a bone. And when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. The lion and the unicorn were fighting for the crown. The lion beat the unicorn all around the town. Some gave them white bread, and some gave them brown. Some gave them plum cake and drove them out of town. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with a T. Put it in the oven for Tommy and me. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Baa, baa, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many peppers did Peter Piper pick? The itsy-bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy-bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, That was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She whipped them all soundly and put them to bed. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Down came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, the fly shall marry the bumblebee. They went to the church, and married was she. The fly has married the bumblebee. There was an old woman tossed up in a basket, 17 times as high as the moon. Where she was going, I couldn't but ask it, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, quoth I, where are you going to up so high? To brush the cobwebs off the sky. May I go with you? Aye, by and by. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers 3. Every fiddler he had a fiddle, and a very fine fiddle he had. Oh, there's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his fiddlers 3. Simple Simon met a pieman, going to the fair. Simple Simon to the pieman, let me taste your ware. Said the pieman to Simple Simon, show me first your penny. Said Simple Simon to the pieman, indeed I have not any. Sing a song of 6pence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Was not that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes, when down came a blackbird and pecked off her nose. Hickety-pickety, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. Gentlemen come every day to see what my black hen doth lay. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, and pretty maids all in a row. Little boy blue, come blow your horn, the sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? No, not I, for if I do, he's sure to cry. The man in the moon looked out of the moon, and this is what he said. 'Tis time that now I'm getting up. All babies went to bed.